This week in green, there is an ongoing quest to remove microplastics from our water sources, and scientists have discovered that a possible solution could be found from okra slime? Yes. Okra, the vegetable, which has a gooey texture, could provide an environmentally friendly way of clumping microplastics together in a process called flocculation. More traditional flocculants used to clean water supplies are made from synthetic chemicals, and while they can be effective in gathering microplastics, most of them are also toxic. The vegetable goo discovery comes from Rajani Srinivasan, professor of chemistry at the Tarleton State University in Texas, where she and a team of researchers experimented with extracts of okra, fenugreek, and tamarind to find the most effectively sticky solution. Okra was the crowning champion since Srinivasan and her team discovered that polysaccharides, an extract in okra, remove the most microplastics from water. Microplastics are 5 millimeters or smaller, and while the long-term health effects of ingesting them are somewhat unclear, studies have found them accumulating in human organs and more recently in our bloodstreams. Srinivasan's plant-based solution could potentially remove pollutants from water, and she believes it could be commercially used at a much larger scale. In other news, the Crown Prince of the Okra is using this news to reignite his once controversial campaign of renaming the tropical band of Earth to Oklahoma. As okra, the natives to these native to these forests feel this is their right. Unfortunately, the Oklahomans face stiff competition from other native namers who would prefer the lands to be called Slovakia, Frogladesh, and the Banana Republic.
Oklahoma.
These are the jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
These are the jokes. Oh, you had to have known. You had to have known that I would lose it when you said Oklahoma because I'm from Oklahoma.
And I saw okra and I was like, I have to, if I'm gonna have a button at the end, it has to be related to your fabulous home of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. I love that you did that because I was thinking in my head, when we get these stories, sometimes I have an inkling of what the news is that Noel might report on, as we've done this new format, but I don't know what his joke will be. You know what I mean? So I'll think in my head, I'll be like, I wonder what kind of thing he's going to fashion around okra. It's a tough one. It's a veggie joke,
It's
right?
a veggie joke.
Yeah.
I mean, the natural, I think, instinct is and you suggested, it might be a way to go, is to think about all of the microplastics that will no longer be sitting underneath the table
the vegetables?
where kids are because of the okra that will naturally suck it up off of the ground.
Yes.
And that's a good joke too. But I saw it as like Oklahoma, where the life is really, really sticky. And so off we went. And then I was like, what else could I find? Slovakia, Frogladesh. Not great names, but Banana Republic.
Banana Republic. Somebody should get on that. That's a
good name. So they should use that for something.
They should use that for something. Banana Republic. Yeah. Sounds really good. Well, I think this ingredients of cleaning stuff out of the water, I was like, we've got okra, fenugreek, and tamarind. I was like, we're making a nice sauce here or something. It was like all these ingredients put together. I was like, this sounds like a good dish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and the byproducts they say can be used for animal feed. So we can put those in the new troughs that you were talking about in yesterday's episode.
Gosh.
Yeah. So this is it's a cool idea. I think that we've got to figure this stuff out, and it's better to find a natural way to do it than to use chemicals that may potentially cause other problems.
Yeah.
So I'm up for that, Yeah. To me, the big thing is I'm always nervous about when you're growing stuff to just kind of waste it to solve a problem.
Yeah.
Because there's a shortage of food. People are starving out there.
Right.
But at the same time, I think that also there's a million other problems we've talked about in other episodes that we could do. There's a million ways we could fix that problem and handle our food infrastructure a little better. Yeah. But I mean, look, it's as good as any solution, right? I mean, you do have to get those microplastics out. I think people kind of misunderstand what the plastic ocean, like the plastic island in the ocean, actually is. I think that the image that people have when they think about that is actual like bunch of Coke bottles and stuff kind of floating around making like this land mass in the ocean.
Right.
That's the size of Texas, and that's not what it is.
Yeah.
It is plastic so small that it is literally dissolved into the water and into solution is what they call it, right?
Yeah.
So you can't pull it out very easily. It's part of the water. It's like you can't get the salt out of the water. You can't. It's incredibly. It's so tiny that it's part of the water in the area, and there's so much of it that it takes up a amount of water the size of Texas, and that's where the confusion on the plastic islands is, and that also gives you an idea of what the problem is and why you have to come up with solutions like like what the Oklahomans have come up with.
Very nice.
To pull that plastic out of the water.
So
we also have a couple tech things we're working on here at Biofriendly to do the same thing.
More on that one, yeah. But I that's amazing. This whole time, so there isn't a big clump of garbage in the ocean.
It is not some plastic
There is one that they take
island you can
picture
walk on.
of. There's one that they take a picture of that's like large, but that's not the one.
No, they go like those are close to the coast, and
Is it
like, where
really?
you've got just a bunch of trash that's nearby that they just take photos of. That's
that
like,
makes
look at
way-
all this plastic on the we're gonna die.
That
That's
makes
not-
more sense
that's not
because
what
if
it
you
is.
think about it from aerial photos from space, if there really was like a plastic
you
thing,
could go on Google Earth and look at it.
and be like, there it is, it's floating, and
It's the
there's
size
people-
of Texas. You could see it.
You could see it.
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Well, that
Yeah,
makes a lot
no,
more sense.
it's just plastic. It's water
in
instead
water.
of salt water. It's plastic water.
Plastic water.
And there's a Texas-sized amount of it in 2 different spots, I believe,
Yeah.
in the ocean.
Well, there's a celebrity that they could get behind and invest in this movement, and that's Oprah Winfrey.
She'd be great.
She'd be great.
She'd
so
be great. You get an okra plant.
you get an okra plant, and you get an okra plant.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great.
I think she could solve it.
I love
She could
okra.
probably just get the microplastics so excited
That they-
about whatever's happening that
that they
day on the
climb
show
out of the
that they
water.
would just
We're
they would
outta
climb out of the water,
here.
like,
Yeah.
we're going Oprah.
Okra,
We're going
okra.
Okra. Because that is her gift.
her gift.
She does get people really jazzed about what's happening.
She does.
Because she does a heck of a show.
She's Oprah Winfrey.
I tell you what, I am up for the idea of spending a day sitting down, eating bonbons, and watching Oprah all day. I'm up.
You are?
I'm up for it if you are.
I am absolutely up for it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Let's get it
right
done.
after this. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for his closeout. I'm waiting for his.
Oh, that wasn't the closeout?
No.
We'll have more for you soon.